by my side, heart is starting to liquefy. Need you here to tell me that I'll be okay. Maybe one, loving two, and now it's 3 a.m. Thinking what if it's you and me? At the end, maybe we'll be okay. I know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home in the morning. I know that you're coming back home. Having my own conversations, hoping you will come and save me. Know that you're coming back home in the morning. I hope that you're coming back home. Look at you, eyes as soft as that ocean blue. Falling in, learn to swim like I never knew. I see it now, that everything will be okay. There's no small doses, smell of roses. Can't get enough of you. Can't wait to love on you. I know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home in the morning. I know that you're coming back home. Having my own conversations, hoping you will come and save me. Know that you're coming back home in the morning. I hope that you're coming back home. I know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home in the morning. I know that you're coming back home.
지도에서 신청서 오는데 대하는 것은 매니저가 귀찮게 하지 말고 알았어? 네. 나한테 누가 있다 그런 느낌.
무슨 생각 드는데?
혹시 갑자기 그냥 잡는 거 좀 어렵겠지?
너 안신영이잖아.
그렇지.
우리 준혁쌤이 크리스는 회사랑 계약한 게 쇼핑몰 그 설탕 후죠. 그리고 크리스가 한국 매니지먼트 건
내가 아무 말도 안 해요. 모르는 사람처럼.
누구세요?
나랑 비슷한 곳에 하고 싶었어. 널 부끄럽게 하고 싶지 않았어.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard. She She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, yeah, I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah, 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 yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be her. And all the dudes are trying to score like it's fever. She lives a double life, puts on a show. What's under the subtle smile, we'll never know. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. Let me paint a picture. I see they don't understand. Feeling like Picasso. She brushing against my hands. Seen you from around the way. You didn't give me the time of day. You be making moves that year. Who really care what Simon say? All the bad things, girl, I had to look past that. Call yourself a dime, I'm just trying to get my cash back. You be looking fine, so no wonder they can't match that. Louis V scarf, or I'm chilling with a dad hat. Whoa, slow it down like that. Just hold me down like that. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa.
몰랐니? 내 수나 사는 거 들어보면 알지 않아? 당뇨 술 갖고 너무 어디다던데.
Молодець. Ти молодець, ти гарна дівчинка. Ти так гарно йшла.
Eyes as soft as that ocean blue. Falling in, learn to swim like I never knew. I see it now, that everything will be okay. With no small doses, smell of roses. Can't get enough of you. Can't wait to love you. Know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home.